guy over here, bro.
Welcome to episode 4 after our difficulties from our
welcome to
guy.
our 4th episode of Dad Bods and
Rat Rods.
welcome back. We're glad to see you. We're glad you're here.
Glad to talk to you.
Thanks for listening.
Whatever. Let's just jump in, man. We said last episode that send in your funny car stories or your shitty
The ratted
stories.
stories, if you will.
Ratted crew.
The ratted crew.
Yeah, and they emailed you.
Well, we got some submissions.
Okay.
Me and Scott reviewed the submissions. We thought this would be a good little story for you guys. This one's called the $500 Camaro. I was 16, had exactly $500 to my name. I found it on Craigslist. The ad said 1979 Camaro runs 500 firm, bring cash. 3 blurry photos, no details. That was enough for me. The guy lived about 40 minutes away down a dirt road. There was scrap metal in the yard, 2 loud dogs, and a garage that looked temporary at best. The Camaro was parked in tall weeds, flat black spray paint, different color hood, 1 cracked T-top. Interior smelled like gasoline and old fast food. We all know someone has had a car like that, dude.
Mine smells like that right now.
Mine smells like that right now. I didn't even try to negotiate. Under the hood was a greasy small block 350. Wires weren't organized. Hoses didn't match. The carburetor looked like it had been adjusted more than once by someone guessing with a butter knife. He started it. It ran rough, but it ran. He said, "Run strong. Just don't shut it off unless you have to." I handed him every dollar I had and drove away. About 15 minutes into the drive, the temperature gauge started climbing. Steam came out from under the hood. I pulled over and shut it down. After it cooled, I found a old cup in the back seat, filled it with water from nearby hose, and poured it into the radiator. It leaked. I filled it again. I made it home. That was all I needed. For the next year, the driver's door only opened from the inside, which, I mean, we've all had that. I mean, everybody that's ever had a car. The speedometer didn't work. The gas gauge didn't work. It had headers, but no exhaust system. It wasn't especially fast, and I mean it was really loud. And at 16, that felt good enough. One night, I was out with 2 friends on a back road. I gave it some gas in second gear. When I hit a dip in the road, the steering wheel suddenly felt loose. I slowed down immediately. We drove it carefully to a gas station and looked underneath with a flashlight. Several front suspension bolts were barely tight. One of the components had noticeable movement. If I had kept pushing it for higher speeds, it could have gone very badly. That was the first time I understood that just because a car runs doesn't mean it's safe. That's very true.
Yeah.
This is a lesson for everybody, especially our young listeners, if we have any. I sold it about a year later for $700. A kid showed up, excited, just like I had been. I told him, "It runs good, just keep water in it." He nodded like that was normal advice. When he drove away, I realized that car taught me more in 1 year than anything else I owned, mostly about paying attention to what holds everything together. So, yeah, I guess it's sincerely Stu Pedasso. Stu Pedasso. Stupid asso?
Stupid asshole?
That's not what it is.
I think they got you on that one, man. Stupid asshole?
Stupid asshole? Stupid asso. Oh, fuck, yeah. Stupid asshole.
Stupid asshole made $200 on it, though.
Fucking.
Well, he made money.
Is that what you get out of that stupid asso? Is that a...
How's it spell?
Stupaduso.
Stupid. Yeah, stupid asso. Yeah, he got your ass, Ryan.
Or he's got a really bad Italian name. It was from The Simpsons. Used to be a thing where Bart would call Moe's Tavern.
Yeah.
And he would ask for Jacques Strap. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Jacques Strap. And Mo would get all pissed.
Every episode, yeah. And he'd
Is there a
get his shotgun.
Jacques Strap? Yeah. Like,
you son of a bitch. Just to do fun shit like that when we were kids, man.
That's the thing, though. Like, when we were kids, it was like, life was great, dude, when we were kids. You'd ride down the block, dude, and, you'd look over and you see, 10 bikes in Jimmy's front yard, dude. That's where you go hang out, dude. You go over there, play video games, playing Street Fighter, or we used to always play all kinds of games, dude. I mean,
what was your game of choice?
When I was when I was young.
Well, we're about the same age. Mine was Mortal Kombat because that came out in the arcades. That was like the new game that you can kill somebody. You're like, whoa.
We liked Street Fighter a lot, though.
Street Fighter 2.
I like Mortal Kombat as well, but like, what was it? That green guy that spun and shit? You like
Baraka?
Blanco or whatever.
Or
his name was.
Blanca. Baraka was a Mortal
Or
Kombat
Baraka.
guy.
Or, I think
Blanca
that
was he was from. It was kind of messed up because if you had the Asian guy was Ryu, and he was a white dude, or at least a white Asian guy.
Ken was the
Ken and Guile were the Americans.
But Ken and like Ryu were like the same character. One was American,
Yeah,
one was
except one
Japanese.
had like the flaming fist.
Yeah, or something like that.
But then the guy from Brazil, he was like a green gorilla that could spin and shock you with electricity. I'm
Yeah,
not sure where that came from.
Like everyone from down there's are animals or something? Or
I don't know.
Kind of rude.
Or like the Amazon, maybe.
Think about how unpolitically correct it was back then. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, the games back then were crazy. They were like the movies.
I mean, I hate to say it, dude, but I mean, younger generation's a little soft, bud.
So it's just, I'm not sure how much is their fault versus they don't have the freedom to do what we did. Remember, your mom would say, lights out, street lamps come on, you get home, right? But then you wouldn't see your mom for 12 hours because you'd just be outside throwing rocks and stuff or putting nails in the street.
You used to do
or
so, like
whatever.
riding your BMX bike like down like ditches and jumping out the other side, or
Yeah.
like building ramps and like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like if you didn't break a bone when you were a kid, like you weren't living. You know what I mean? Like scrapes and cuts and bruises. I mean, that was just part of it. Like now, you know, I remember my sister's kids kind of go outside and play a lot, but they'll scrape their knee and it's like, oh, mom, my knee. It's like, dude, that scraping knee, I just brush it off, bro.
What did your mom used to put on your knee when you'd scrape it?
Hydrogen peroxide,
Yeah,
bro.
man, it would
The
fuzz
brown
up.
bottle, yeah. And
Yeah.
then just tape over
You
it.
put it on there and it burns.
It
So you
burns. You're
blow
like,
it off and you pour
"Ow,
you had to keep pouring that on until it stopped fizzing,
yeah.
right?
Ow.
I don't even know if that did something because now they're saying don't use it, use alcohol instead. But my mom used to dump that shit
Dude,
on
that
me
shit-
and I'd
dude, no.
fizz up like a little
I don't care what
snowman.
anybody says. Dude. I'd still, I mean, now it's like we always use like Neosporin.
I like Neosporin though, man. Moistens up the scab.
You know what's dope
know?
nowadays is Aquaphor. I used to originally get that for my tattoos, like Aquaphor.
Is it like a scar healing?
Yeah, like, but dry skin, like, dude, it works. It is miracle stuff. Aquaphor.
Oh, never heard of it.
AQUAPHOR.
Nice product placement.
Sponsor us, Aquaphor.
I don't think we ever used it. Ours was our whole medicine.
I mean, that's
cabinet-
new, not old. Like, we used
Oh,
to use
it's not a
Neosporin.
kid
We
thing?
would always put Neosporin on after.
That was before the Band-Aid. It was after the cleaning, pre-Band-Aid.
Band-Aid over it.
Yeah.
Or what did they call it? It was always Neosporin, I think, or ointment, some sort of ointment. I don't know.
Yeah, there's Neosporin. There was something else. Ben Gay was another big one. And then
never
that
used
one,
Ben
my
Gay.
friend got he got fucked up. Listen to this. Do you know what is it? It's like Ben Gay. It has the active ingredient in that is called analgesic, which always made me laugh.
Why is
right?
Ben Gay called? I'm just saying. I mean, sorry. I mean,
analgesic and Ben Gay
anal juice. Ben
and
Gay.
Ben Gay? It's, I don't know. Theragesic was the thing that came out after Ben Gay, and that used to be the main thing. They've changed the ingredient now and I think it was because of what happened to my friend. Is this wasn't a thing to where Ben Gay, if I remember, you could just put it on, and it would just keep that heat constant. This stuff, with every layer that you put on, it would get more intense, right? And it's an oil, so water's not going to get rid of that. So he had hurt his neck or something. We used to do jujitsu with him, and he hurt his neck, and he rubbed some on. I remember.
Is that BioFreeze? Maybe.
No. It's called Theragesic.
Oh, that's what.
But
it's called.
they changed the ingredient now, so it's not. I don't think it reacts like this. This was maybe in 2010. But he had put this on his neck, and I've done that. I've put 3 layers on before, and man, you can start painful
Burning your skin.
Yeah. So I watched him in the gym put 3 layers on him,
There you
thinking,
go.
man, this guy's going to be in pain. He goes home, and then I find out the next day he shows up and his skin's all purple, like
He
purple.
burned
purple.
himself.
Well, he put a few more on, and they
After
couldn't
that?
after that when he got home. I guess he the way he described it, it's like somebody just took burning oil from a pan that you just cooked in and dumped it on him. He said it was so intense. Then he hopped in the shower, and of course it's oil based, so it didn't help. So his dad went and got a stick of butter and had to pin him down. He said he was screaming, just couldn't figure out how to get it to stop. He took a stick of butter and rubbed it on him, and then took a gallon of milk and poured it on him. So this kid's sitting in the middle of the floor, and his dad's rubbing butter, pouring milk on him just
What
to
a
get it
weird
to go.
scene.
And I guess whatever's in that nullifies it. So he's just sitting there burnt to shit, purple neck, milk and butter all over him.
That
And,
sounds
and
like
it chilled it out. And after that,
I think I've
was
seen
done
a
with that
porno
stuff.
like that one. I'm just kidding.
A porno.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
Dude.
not gonna say I'm into it, but
I'm saying milk and butter. You're like,
no.
it's a cooking show.
But the oil, I guess, counteracts whatever the ingredient is in that. But
milk,
after
well, they
that,
say like when you eat like a jalapeno or something, like people drink milk, right? Like
yeah, water.
something
doesn't
that's
do
really
anything.
hot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's
Gordon
got some,
Ramsay eats donuts. He was on that show where they eat wings when you're getting interviewed.
Isn't
and it
Gordon
gets hotter and
Ramsay
hotter.
like British or something? That's probably why.
British or Scottish or something. I don't know.
They eat donuts and shit. I don't know.
Well, he came onto the show and after
Just
this,
start rumors.
he's
Like,
got such a good palate that he was reacting pretty hard to all the hot spices. And then he brings it out. And I think he's going to bring out a glass of milk. He brings out a donut. And the cool thing was he's such a professional chef. He's burning. His eyes are dripping and everything. He takes out a donut, takes out a butter knife and cuts it right down the middle. Takes a piece. But he's got snot coming out of his face. Yeah, something about dairy gets rid of burning.
I don't
I'm
know.
not
I
sure
just
why.
think like, yeah, I mean, I just kind of go through like when I was like my nephews and stuff, like, I'm like, when, compared to when we were kids, dude, it was like, yeah, where everybody was hanging out, like everyone was together. You'd always like do things like my kid talks to her friends and stuff like that, but kids don't really hang out like they used to. They're like desensitized to everything. It's crazy to me.
You can
There's a
I
whole
kind of
pirate.
see their world. You don't have to go out to interact anymore. So why do it? If you cater to laziness, you're always going to win. So if you can just talk to everybody and do whatever you want from your house, there's no point in leaving and actually getting that face-to-face interaction. What do you think?
I'd never be able to do that. I think people in general are social creatures.
Right.
Like you need to have some sort of, and maybe they don't. Maybe the stimulation is something different. But like for me, it's not like that. Like not so much now compared to how I used to be. I was young, man. I was around all kinds of people. Like now I'm really choosy. I'm around kind of. I don't like people as much, but that's only because the world just feels more.
It's just angry.
It's an angry world, yeah. Like, and this is going more into like, I was always raised just from who I was around on loyalty and do what you say. I could do a handshake and that's gold.
Oh, that's not a thing anymore.
Dude, not at all. Like I'm finding that in like a lot of aspects of business partners, business partnerships with other like companies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can be people's top salesman. You can sell more than any other company, dude. And they're just looking for the next buck. Like me, it's not like that. For me, it's like, and I'm not trying to plug Mechanic Superstore and stuff like that, like to put it in people's heads, but like the way me and Matt both have made this company is like, it is a lot of family and like you being here and even Clyde and stuff. Like I bring in people that I feel that have that same makeup. People that I surround myself don't sleep with other people's wives. Those, you know what I mean? People like that. Like they don't like stab you in the back. They're not those type of people. Like I feel like the world's kind of more surrounded like that. I hate to get like serious, but like here at Mechanic Superstore, we don't. But we don't. Like we want to help a customer. Somebody calls in, they ask about a certain product. Like if we don't feel that's the right fit for their situation, we really want to I train the guys and they all want to make sure that the right thing is put in front of somebody,
But that's not you. You're trying to do a good service, right? Or help somebody out. It's going along with your point that it's hard to help people now. And I'm guilty of this all the time. Ask Allie. She does this thing where she's always like, it's a goddamn monetization, right? It's because I always say that money is the roots of all evil. And it is. If I go to do something on your site and 5 ads pop up, did you know, take the tour? I don't want to do all that, or create an account or subscribe. I don't want to do any of that shit. Or if I call you and I'm like, hey, I want to lift, and I tell you my needs and you suggest, well, that's probably not going to do it for the long run. You'll probably want this and it's 1,000 more. My instant go-to is you're just trying to make more money off me. What you're saying is not true.
we don't do that. Like our is more like, look, you're looking to spend this much. Like, why don't you go with this option? It's less money. It'll do everything you need. Maybe not the best, like you don't need the best product for your situation. Maybe you do, depending on if it's a high level shop or if it depending what it is. Someone told me, and I forget who, and this is horrible. If the world's like this now, I don't like it. But someone told me no one's friends for free. Like nowadays. And I don't believe in that. Like, I don't think that, like, basically what they're trying to say is like, everybody you're friends with because you get something out of it. And I guess if you think like if it's companionship or like if you're thinking along that route, maybe. But I think they were meaning more like some monetary way or some like, let's say you have friends with somebody that's an electrician. And, but you're going to call that person and see if they can do the electrical in your house for free.
Well, I think that'd fall under acquaintances, right? I would agree if it's acquaintances want something back. Friends, though, it's still a need. But like you said, it's a need for some kind of relatable, somebody to talk to that's relatable to share things with. It's more that need.
Socialization.
Right. But, I always say I have a guy for everything. I got a hair guy. Even if it's a girl, you got a guy. I got a lumber guy.
I do have a lot of that. I do, yeah.
You're not going to go have a beer for him, but the second that guy stops providing me lumber, I'm not going to go hang out with him. But that's an acquaintance.
But do you hang out with them? Like I have an electrician that I use a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
That for everything I need done. But I don't hang out with him after work. Never have.
Right.
I just call him because I trust him. Like that's just good customer service, right?
Yeah.
Like the places I go back to, restaurants, whatever, like you go to a certain restaurant, you're talking about the other day, I'm not going to say the name because we're not supposed to plug people, whatever, but like I think you and Allie go there a lot because it's maybe close to your house. The service is good. You like the atmosphere. Like,
are there boobs hanging out?
Yeah, that's the place.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
But you guys, I hear you guys do go there. Am I wrong? You guys go there a lot or no?
Yeah, but I go there for the tacos.
I'm really there for the tacos.
The tacos. They have a good habanero sauce.
Look, that's good. Like, you don't like the service? Service sucks. I don't know. Like,
we've had a couple of good ones. We've had a couple ones where Allie actually made a comment. I forget the situation. The girl she was asking for a new drink or something like that. And then the girl walked away and Allie had whispered something to me. It wasn't at all towards the girl, but she had turned around and she had looked and saw Allie leaning over, whispering something to me and gave us this nasty look like we were talking shit about her. And so we waved her over. I'm like, you all right? Like, whatever. This wasn't, I instantly knew that's how she interpreted it. But she came over and like, we weren't talking about you. And she's like, oh, okay. And she went on to tell us like how people treat her in that place. And my first response was like, well, you're walking around in lingerie or whatever, but I'm sure you're going to get some nasties. But that kind of goes along with what you're saying. She works there so often that that's her go-to, right? Is that we're saying something mean about her, which wasn't the case at all. She just saw we were whispering and that was it. But it goes along with what you're saying again, is that people now, they grow up in this little protective bubble, never have to leave their room so that when they do go out, they're still under that assumption that they can act the same way. You know what I mean? Like we used to get smacked in the mouth. I got smacked in the mouth. I'm sure you have too, right? Somebody said something to you, same thing.
Yeah.
But you can do that now and just click close on your window and you don't have to deal with the repercussions. You can say whatever you want on the internet, block the conversation. You can act how you want, which
with no
COVID showed us
with no repercussion.
Yeah. When they were hoarding toilet paper, if you say people are good to their soul, I don't believe that. The second the nation's locked down and there's no toilet paper, people are hoarding that shit to mark it up from other people. You know what I mean?
Not me.
So when you go
You know what I did? I bought a bidet.
See, I have these stories. I don't even. I'm going to finish my story and pretend you didn't just end my whole argument there. This is ridiculous.
I'm not even kidding you, though.
I believe I would have got one. I didn't think about it. I was still hunting for toilet paper, using my newspaper. I'd have renewed my magazine subscription just to take a shit.
I don't mean to like, I want to hear your story. I do. I was just giving you my solution to that problem.
Anyway, I'm saying back to the bubble thing is they go out and now you can't just hit delete, right? So they grow up in this place where they're all protected, and then you go do something crazy and a cop comes over and takes you in your house. They're in complete disbelief that the audacity of a cop to come into my house. Like they don't realize that there's actually repercussions for what you do because they've always blocked those repercussions out.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I know the world is desensitized, because there's no consequence.
Well, that's the other thing is laws now. You break into somebody's house and they shoot you in the leg, you can sue them and win. That is insanity to me.
No, it's dumb. Not everywhere is like that.
Not everywhere is like that, but it's getting there. I mean, criminal rights. Like, sure, you have.
That's like an oxymoron, bro.
I think so. Or like it doesn't. You're breaking into my house at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning. You're not coming there to leave me brownies and a happy birthday note.
I have
Do you know
lots
what I
of
mean?
friends.
There's that assumption.
Lots of friends that have been criminal in their past, or like lots that I've
Well,
known.
did they ever go in and drop off cookies in the middle of the night to somebody?
No, my mom would want to send them cookies in prison and stuff, though. She was such a my mom was awesome. She did. I mean, I'm saying, like, but I mean,
The cookies was.
but the people that I
arbitrary.
know that got in trouble knew that they did wrong. And they expected that if they got caught, they knew there'd be a consequence. Did they want to get caught? No.
No, but they faced the consequence.
Of course, because they know, like, I mean, I don't know. Like for me, like it's just obvious stuff. Like you should know going into it that you're making a choice. The same with if you choose, I shouldn't bring this up. Like somebody I know, chose to rob a bank.
We'll call them Jeff. Jeff robbed the bank.
But I'm just saying, like when you go to do that and you get caught and you have to know that there could be a repercussion. If you get away with it, I mean, for me, you get away with it, great.
What do you think the average is for robbing a bank?
What do you mean, average amount of money?
Like walking in, give me all your money. Can you look that up, Clyde?
$1,000 to
I'm
$5,000.
going to bet about $9,800.
So the average amount of money stolen in a U.S. bank robbery is approximately $4,200.
I was right. I said
You're
around
going in there for
$5,000.
a couple of paychecks, maybe.
It's not worth it, bro.
That's insane.
That is not worth it.
But see, I can see it. Hard times drive people to do things. Like you got to take care of your family and look out for number one.
But not a bank.
Everything comes to survival when you're out on it. You get divorced, you lose your house, you lose your job, you got nothing. I can see that case, but if you're just going, hey, I want to go get a rush, go skydiving, man.
Hey, I'm with you.
A couple $100.
Go rob the bank first to pay for the skydiving because you don't have the money for the skydiving, though. Then you get a real
you won't
rush.
pay taxes on the money though. So
You get a real rush that way, That brings me to a movie like Point Break. I love that movie.
the first one, not the remake. The
No,
remake.
I
was
don't even
garbage.
watch there's not even point. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm talking about the original Point Break, Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze.
What's
That's
the
dope.
What's the best line in that movie?
I
I got one.
What do you got?
Remember, he wants the two meatball Subway sandwiches or the two meatball sandwiches. Utah.
Oh, Utah.
Two.
Utah, two. That's right, Utah.
I love that part.
Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah, man.
That's right.
They have to beat War Child.
War,
Taking
yeah,
a shower.
that's-
We're
yeah.
gonna fuck you up.
That's a great movie, dude. I've seen that
Anthony
movie a lot.
Kiedis was in there.
He was. Anthony Kiedis was in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool movie. Man. I think I might have watched that a couple of months. It's one of those ones. It has great rewatchability.
Name a movie that Flea was in. Do you know? Let's see if you can get what I'm thinking here.
He was a tattoo artist in something. I want to say it was Natural Born Killers, but it's not.
He was in a movie called Suburbia.
Oh, I saw that once.
And he's all sitting there. It's like a cheesy act. This is the only line I remember in the whole movie. He's all, haircut. How about a haircut? That's hilarious. That's all I
Great story, bro.
I mean, I don't know.
That was a
Flea
lame
was in it. I don't know. Haircut. How about a haircut?
Now the bank robberies, you got me on this bank robbery thing now.
I mean,
How would you
that's-
rob a bank?
How would I do it?
Yeah. Like, would you use a gun? Would you go in and just say, hey, hand him a note? Would you compliment the girl, try to get on her good side and use a little Stockholm syndrome type thing? Or go in straight
A straight,
vault in
just
the sewers?
balls deep, just machine gun style. Like
You
that's
would
the only
go
way to
into
do
a
it.
bank with a machine gun.
You got to go all into it, man. Like you want to, if you're gonna do it, like because I'm not. If I'm going in, I'm not going for the $4,200. I'm hitting the safe, bro. Like that's where I'm going.
The vault.
Yeah.
I think in the 80s you'd be onto something. Now, I'd imagine the vault has 3 different people with a code. You got to do a time lock, so it'll wait 15 minutes to open.
But I
stuff
would do
like
so
that.
much research. I would know who those 3 people are. It'd be like, yeah, the time lock thing's a problem. But I don't know, man. I'd have to get an inside source, something that I would study up to where I'm hitting the vault, bro. I'm not going in.
So you're
give me
going to
what's
do
in
a
your
one
drawer.
and done, be set for life.
I don't think a vault will even set you for life. I don't think physically in a bank there's that much money. I don't think it's worth it. Think about all the like digital currencies now and all this bullshit and like a lot of that big money is probably I don't think in any bank facility. Look this up. How much is in a bank? Like however you look at it.
I heard something that he might find on here is that banks, the reason that you get interest on your savings and everything like that is they use your money to invest or lend out. So if you had $1 million in a bank and you went to take it out, it's going to take a few days to a week to get that money because they don't have it. So when you give them $1,000, you take your $100 out, that's all they got left of your money because they lent your other $900 out on a loan collecting interest. So they got to move the money. So this bank could have, 100 people deposit a total of $1 million. there's only 10,000 in that bank.
That's what I'm saying.
The rest of that's all lent out to other people and loans collecting interest.
And
that's how
most
they
of the
use their
time,
money.
you're not bringing cash into deposit. Like someone's going to do a big deposit. It's like, here's a $50,000 check.
Yeah.
So
you're
then
not
it's
getting
virtually
cash.
transfer. Like there's not solid money to back it right there, right now.
Well, that's why I'm saying the machine gun's overkill. I would go in with a note, a quick in and out. And if they just say no, I'd be like, all right, thanks for your time.
Well, I guess
Go
we're
try
thinking
another
now
bank.
that we're talking it through. Like, yeah, I don't think I would even rob a bank. There's way more profitable things to rob, probably.
What would you rob?
I don't know. It would have to be some sort of store, like back in the day, like Toys R Us on a Black Friday or something.
That's a good one. Yeah.
But
people
dude, nowadays, who pays cash, bro? There's nobody pays cash.
you have to figure out how to steal a number. You know what I mean? I mean, realistically, that's all you
robbing
got.
somebody has got to be. You got to become a hacker, bro,
Yeah.
and
I'm working
hack
on that.
in because dude, who uses cash? When do you ever use cash, dude? Never, dude.
I used a couple of coins.
When's the last time you
buy a
paid for something in
sticker.
cash, Clyde?
Yesterday.
Nerd.
Really? Nerd.
Dude still uses cash.
Idiot. Before that, like, do you carry a lot of cash on you?
I used to. When I was a barista, I used to have so much cash on me, and that's all I used, honestly.
So Rob says that's what he's telling.
For those of you that don't know, Clyde used to work at a popular coffee place. Did you have to hold out that deal that this is going to ask you a quick question? Did you stare him in the eye or did you look away?
Oh, I stare him right in the eye.
Really?
They tip more if you do that.
Oh, he's got it down, bro.
That's insane.
Yeah, if you're all
You can make
aloof
bank-
and you're kind of like,
That's how you rob
You're
people
like-
right there.
oh yeah, you got to give somebody.
Stare him at the eye and just say, thanks for your time. Here's a quick question. Answer the fucking question.
That's how you rob somebody. You got to. I mean, you got to go. It's got to be way. It's got to be way planned out. You have to find someone that's super rich, and force them to go to the bank and pull the money or something. Like you can't. I think it's smart now where people don't. It's not. You're not capable to really rob like that.
Do you think people still have wall safes like you see in the movies with a passport and $30,000 in cash? I'll bet you those exist way more than you think.
I've considered it. I don't, but I think that'd be cool. Like I know, like when I worked for a big lift manufacturer down in SoCal, that we'd have these Hispanic guys come up from Mexico that own like parts stores down there, and they want to buy a whole bunch of lifts, and they pay cash every time, dude. Like this is kind of weird
For
but
trailers, you said?
well, to buy lifts. But they'd come up and
Oh,
buy,
I see,
they'd
I
buy
see.
like 20 lifts at a time. So they would bring up like $100K in cash, dude. We had to go sit down at the conference room and sit down and hand count out the cash. Like if you want to make some money, that's when you got to find those guys coming from Mexico that have
Go to
like,
SoCal and
I don't know,
Find
good
a big
luck. I
trailer and
mean,
sell
good
them
luck
something.
because those guys are probably like cartel types, you know? You don't carry cash like that unless you're packing, bro. Like you're not.
or
You
they're
better
doing
be
some
prepared.
criminal. That's the thing is you're still paying cash. I'll watch CSI or something like that. Or not CSI. What's like the real 48 hours or something.
Yeah.
And you see people that they'll rob somebody or they'll kill somebody and then they go to Walmart and use their debit card to buy
dumbasses.
a shovel and trash bags.
Yeah, dumb.
Buy a Snickers bar too. It's like when we were kids and you go buy condoms when you're going to get laid for the first time. You'd go lay the condoms on the counter and then lay a Snickers and a Coke too, so maybe they wouldn't notice
You
the
get
condoms.
by with it.
Yeah, because you were all embarrassed, but you should be proud. I'm buying condoms. I'm getting laid.
Yeah, we got condoms this time.
Every time I bought condoms, I bought a soda and a Snickers bar just to throw them off.
Yeah, you just
my
want to
son,
know you're
you
like, you're all
know?
secretive about it. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and get some pussy. Like,
That's exactly what
I'm gonna eat a Snickers bar and I'm gonna give her some chocolate, drink my soda.
I didn't
and-
even like Snickers. It was just there and I panicked. If there's Altoids there, I would have bought them. Who
There's
knows?
Altoids. I don't like Altoids.
A banana. I wouldn't have bought a banana. That would have gone the other way, but
Banana
right?
could have cucumber and it's like
Yeah,
cucumber at the checkout.
No, too far.
Squash. Back to it's just I don't know the kids thing. I don't know the whole. I don't know
Well, ding dong ditch. Nobody
Yeah,
does that
dude.
anymore.
toilet papering houses.
Toilet papering, egging houses was awesome.
dude. I remember I had friends' moms that would take us egging. You know,
Really?
yeah, it's awesome.
What a cool mom. Did you ever throw it was in a movie. It was in Stand By Me, and I think they did it in Dazed and Confused, where you would go pick up in Stand By Me they would have a bat and knock mailboxes off the posts. We would go after trash day.
You ever do mailbox baseball?
Well, kind of.
Okay.
We would go the day after trash was picked up, so all the trash cans were empty. And it wasn't these rolling ones that weigh a ton like you have now. They were the Rubbermaid trash cans. Certain people wouldn't bring them in till the next day. Like my trash is on Tuesday. I won't bring that in until Thursday. So we would go the night the trash was picked up because they would all be empty. And we'd drive in. You remember that friend I told you about that had the Brat? that we would sit in the back of?
Yeah, the brat. Yeah.
And he would drink the rum from his windshield wiper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a gangster
So we would
thing.
sit in the back and he would pull up and we would pick up these trash cans and then he would haul ass down the road and we would throw them out and smack the
cars.
mailboxes off the post.
Oh, we did. Okay,
And this one time, for whatever reason, my friend Shaw, he was the same guy that threw his Pepsi in his Dodge Dart and exploded all over.
Yeah,
us.
you really had the same friends forever. It's good.
Yeah, it was good. So we went and we did a couple of them and then he threw one out and it was one of these mailboxes. It was on one of those giant welded chains, So the whole thing was welded. We were kids. We didn't know. So he throws this out and for whatever reason, I don't know if a cat came out or what, but my other friend, probably drunk off his rum, stepped on the brake. So he threw this out at the same time he stopped. We went slamming into those seats. The trash can hit, folded over this thing and bounced up like 20 feet in the air. I remember just looking at this and it's coming down right on us. I'm like, oh shit. Well, I for whatever reason had a lot of time to think while it was coming down. So I put my hands up and it had turned in the air and one hand went inside and the other hand went inside and it cracked me right in the forehead, started bleeding instantly down my face. Trash can fell out. He guns the car. I fly out of the seat and roll and there's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Trash can's on the ground. Mailbox isn't damaged at all. And we just got fucked up off of it.
It really backfired on you.
Good times though.
Oh, we used to grab trash cans, roll them down the street, and just slam them into people's cars.
This guy, man.
I mean,
Would it do damage to the car?
they're plastic, I'm sure. We didn't stick around to find out.
Screw it though.
Just asshole kids, dude. I mean, I don't know. Like, we're just trying to be kids, bro. I mean, you're not going to remember, like, my parents. Like, someone teep at our house and they'd be ticked, right? They're mad about it. Like, now in retrospect, I look back and I go, yeah, we were mad about it and stuff, dude. But, like, taking that freedom away from a child now is like, everyone's got a Ring doorbell, cameras, like, prank calling. You can't even prank call.
Yeah.
Caller ID, like, you can't even call you right back. Like,
that ended in what, 96 or
I
97
know,
with
that
Star
sucks,
69.
dude. Like, you don't remember as a kid calling up, like, is your refrigerator running?
Better go get it.
Better go get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that, dude. I was like
Yeah.
10.
We would always toilet paper. We had our shit down, We would get the weather report, make sure it was overcast and projected rain the next day.
So they would like sop it.
They'd sop it all up or if you wanted
Real
to,
asshole
kind of do
kids.
one of your friends, you would egg their house, but you would also do it before it rained. That way he didn't have to clean it up and it was still fun. Victimless crime, so to speak.
That's
and then the
nice.
eggshells would help fertilize, so you were kind of doing them a favor. We drew a dick in my neighbor's front yard with a weed killer.
That's permanent. Well,
You know
not
what he did
permanent,
back
but-
to us? My mom still doesn't know this. We had a dog. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening to this. But we had a screen door. So we drew the dick. I'm talking a 30-foot dick.
Oh, that's great.
And in 2 days, it was just a big brown dick. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Instantly, he knew who I was.
Was
right?
it like a good representation, like good art piece?
It was just a basic balls shaft.
Okay, yeah.
He lived about 3 houses down. We went to the same high school, but we weren't friends. We knew each other. We get along in the neighborhood, but we didn't hang out at school.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So when I do something to his house, he would know it was me, and he would do it back to me. So this fucking guy, I talked to him a long time ago. He took an eyedropper or some little handheld thing that would squirt, like an eyedropper ear deal, and he somehow filled it with cat piss.
Ooh.
I don't know how you got cat piss or if you bought or what, but
Hey,
he
your
told me
milk-
he got it with cat piss because my dog, his name was Roy, kept pissing in the house, and I couldn't figure out why. It was always by the front door, and I thought it was bladder problems. This guy came by on a summer day because you would leave your door open, right? Everybody
didn't
left their
matter
doors
back
unlocked.
then.
So the screen door was there, and he just walked by and squirted the piss through the screen door, and my dog would pick up the scent and start
And what, piss
for
on
a
it?
month. He pissed in the house, and I had to clean it up every day. I'm not sure to this day if my mom even knows, but like,
sorry
that was
about-
clever, man. How long did you think of that?
Yeah, I didn't like that's.
I
I
had
didn't
nothing
get
to
that,
do but
dude.
applaud him. I couldn't even be mad. I'm like, that was pretty good. So
I
then
love those prank wars like that. That's the
Yeah.
best.
that was good.
Like who can like I remember in high school, like we like planned out like stink bombs.
Oh, those little cracking ones.
No, like the excessive ones that like they were. You could buy them. Do you? Okay, we're gonna get real deep now. Remember back in the day, Mad Magazine.
Yeah, with the little spy versus
In the back
spider.
of the Mad magazines, you could buy like stink bombs and shit. You could order them.
That's right, you could.
We ordered them, and so we did. They were light ones, though. You lighted them, but it stink smell. And me and my buddies planned around the school so we would like evacuate the whole school. And there was like 5 of us, and we dropped them lit them and dropped them. We thought they would evacuate. They didn't.
The
Those kids
school?
had it, yeah.
You tried to evacuate school with a stink bomb?
Yeah, it didn't work. It smelled really bad. The teachers just made everyone deal with it. So I was like just torturing myself and everybody else.
We had that magic shop probably before you moved here. There was one on Overland, and they had all kinds of crap like that. They had these little packs. They looked like
The little glass little ones that you
no. They were silver bags, and they were about the size of Pop Rocks, and you could crack them like a little glow stick, and they would puff up with air, and they'd turn around, and then they would pop. Those are the stink bombs we used. Or they'd give you itching powder, which was fiberglass.
Ooh, it's so bad.
Do you remember that? It used to be itching powder. All it was fiberglass.
That's
like
horrible.
insulation.
It's all cutting people's
Yeah,
skin.
slicing it to pieces. Like you would itch, but you would itch for a week because somebody just dumped a bunch of sharded glass down your back. You'd eventually get. All they could do is take a hot bath. That's it.
That's so fun when you're like you didn't get in trouble. Like you could get in a fist fight and you get in trouble at school and stuff. But like no, now it's like the parents like we're pressing charges on Johnny. He punched my little.
No, you gotta
Billy
go
in the
meet by
eye.
the tracks after school and duke it out, and then be friends the next day. That's what you got to do.
It was
And
like
before you know,
that.
it, by your senior year, you got a tough crew. You know.
That's another thing, dude. Like, what's up with men nowadays? I feel like I understand, like us old like timers. We're getting a little older now. Like you're a little bit like you may not have like the crews like you did when you were younger, but like there's not a lot of like younger where people are kind of loners more now.
Well, there's
I
a
feel
difference. Like my son, he's 19. He's in college. He's getting his master mechanic certification. He's working on engines all day, and he's got his little crew. And all they
Does he?
do is he calls them rice burners. He works on the cars. He's modding his up. Got him little cars.
But he's got a
building
couple
that up.
guys that are like his.
He's got a couple of guys. They hang out. They don't get on their phones. They'll post what music they're listening to on Instagram. But for the most part, they're working on engines. They're thinking. I got him in the little rock crawlers. He's modding his up.
I mean, even back in the day, like I mean, even when, and this isn't even that long ago. It's long ago, but like MySpace, like we were like in our 20s and stuff. I think you
Yeah.
hook up your MySpace, dude. And like that's how you meet other people, and like we had I don't know, man. It was like we had like a lot of friends, like a huge circle of friends.
Well, that's because if you didn't go out, you didn't have friends.
Is that what it was?
It had to be. Because remember when the phone would ring in your
Maybe
house and you
social
would get
media.
excited? hoping it
Social
was for
media is
you?
what's ruined it then, because you don't have to go out. You can like.
Well, you still have that. Yeah, there's other people, but if you think about it, like it's hard. I'm one of those people that'll go on the internet, and if I see something just totally ignorant, I have to comment on it. There's something inside me that just will not let me not do it. And I know Allie's just like, Jesus, you gotta
just shut up,
respond,
Just shut up, Scott.
But there's that. But then somebody told me the internet's not real. It's nothing on that's real, including the people that you meet, the people that you talk to. They're not real. It's just there's somebody real at the end of the line. But are you going to really go hang out with them? No, you want to do something fucking stupid, throw yourself in jail just to get a like. For me, there's a distinct line of when people started getting, again, sorry for the monetization, right? But the second people started getting paid for doing dumb shit, people do outlandish. There was a guy that shot a Uber Eats guy,
What?
or the Uber Eats guy. It's all over the internet. I want to say it was a few years ago, but this guy was picking up an order, and one of these influencers, quote unquote, came up and kept razzing him. The guy's like, "Dude, get away from me." Whatever. If you're delivering for Uber Eats, you fell on hard times,
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So this guy's just like, I'm trying to do it. And he's walking away. And this guy keeps standing in front of him, just doing something stupid. The dude pulls out a gun and shoots him
Uber
in the
Eats
stomach.
guy?
Yeah. This idiot goes to the hospital, posts a video for him for likes, goes back to doing the same stupid shit. And that's not uncommon now. It's wild to me. And then they try to press charges on the guy for attempted murder. If I remember right, he got
Well,
off
I mean,
on
the
he
guy
got
did
off on
wrong.
it.
He shouldn't have shot the guy, right? Let's go that. He shouldn't have done that. But then the guy shouldn't be like accountability, right? There's none anymore.
But you never know what somebody's going through. And two, if you're feeling threatened. If somebody's in your personal space blocking you from doing your thing, what are you supposed to do?
Well, and it brings me to a point, and this is going to be more serious, but like in reality, like I really try hard and I'm not great at it, but like to live with more humility and gratitude than I used to,
Mhm.
because for that very reason, I think nobody has humility anymore.
Or shame, if that's the same thing, right?
I think it comes with that, right? Like, I try to show gratitude for the things that I have and like really appreciate and humble myself, because I was not a humble person ever. And I'm not saying I'm great at it. Like I am at the point now, and I've said this often, where I realize when I'm not being humble. So at least I'm recognizing it now and I'm trying to correct it. And a lot of the times I do feel like I am more humble. But like a lot of people think I'm an asshole too, because I'm very straight, right? Like I think you've noticed that. You guys have pointed this out to me too. Like that I don't follow the yellow brick road to give you something. Like It's for me, it's like on the dead end street, dude. Like it's just boom. So I think sometimes it may sound like I'm being, but I just don't want to sugarcoat it or like, if someone's giving you a piece of shit, do you want them to wrap it in candy wrapper first, then give it to you so you accept the piece of shit, and then you're like, oh, it's a piece of shit,
As opposed to you just handing me a piece of shit. No,
Yeah.
what I'm getting. I guess I'd prefer you not hand me a piece of shit.
You know what I'm
But,
saying?
I mean,
I'm not going.
I would
I'm just
appreciate
saying,
knowing
like,
that you're handing me a piece of shit
and not trick you into
and not
getting
think it was a candy. But that also comes with age, I mean, somebody just acting like a nut job now, when they get to be around 50 years old, they'll have some life experiences and some struggles, and maybe they'll be more like that. I don't know, because this whole whatever is going on right now, we're still 20 years from seeing what happens when somebody's that age from this. But there's influencers in their mid 30s and 40s doing stupid shit like this. I saw a guy at a gym doing a dance, playing a rock music, and he does it in public, just in odd it's just weird, man. But if that's where the world's going, it's where it's going. You gotta win in Rome, I guess. But I don't know. It's not old school.
Win in
anymore.
Rome dance.
The
I'm
what?
just kidding.
I can't fathom when I was 35 doing something like that for attention. It's like there's this
The older
need,
I get, the less
we needed
attention I
needs
want.
for companionship and adventure, and now it's a need for attention and to know that people on the internet like you.
Well, I think the world's great with adversity. Like I say this a lot.
Sure.
Like I think it'd be a real boring place if we were all the same. If Clyde was just like me and I was just like you, and so we were all just the same.
You mean adversity or diversity?
Well, diversity. Yeah, you're right. Diversity.
Well,
But
and
also adversity.
Yeah.
But both play a part. But you're right. I meant diversity. But I also was thinking adversity. Because, adversity
you need
does
both.
develop people but diversity for sure. Yeah, that was really
Well, it
developing.
seems when you go somewhere and somebody's had a struggle in their life, they seem to be more grounded and easy to get along with. Do you know what I mean?
If you've been handed everything, you're not going to know what struggle is. It's hard to relate,
Well,
right?
There was a therapist one time that told me if you're anxious all the time, right, or you have these not feelings of paranoia, but you just kind of feel plotted against or whatever. She was explaining the what is it, dopamine, and the first thing she asked me was about phone video games or video games at home. Like, what do you just go home and play video games? Are you on your phone a lot for the day? I'm like, well, it's part of my job. I'm on my phone a lot, but yeah, I got my little games and everything. And if I interpreted what she was saying was correct, is that the normal process is to do the work and then get the reward, right? And then the situation is finished. So you're doing the suffering, you get the reward finished, on to the next one. Well, what this does is give you the instant gratification and the dopamine first. And then that feeling of the work is after that, where you would expect to get rewarded. So when you open this, you're just collecting all this dopamine. It's like the stock market. It's just going up and up and up. And when that dopamine stops, you either got to keep it up or it crashes. And that's when you
So
get
the
this
work is like
depression
the
and
crash?
anxiety. So these little things that give you instant dopamine, like the little video games or going home and just vegging out on the TV without doing the dishes first or something. It's the order that creates that anxiety. I started doing this thing to where I would go home and let me do a load of laundry, let me get the dishes clean up something, right? Go make the bed, whatever I got to do, then sit down and watch TV.
Reward yourself for
Reward
the
myself with the
action.
chore first rather than going, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Because then tomorrow I come home, oh, I'm fucking tired.
Well, also, like you want to play the video game. So if you do the chore first, now the reward is you get to play the video game, right? Or
Yeah.
so that's the reward for the chore.
Yeah, so
Don't do the
it's
reward
basically do
first.
the work, get the reward. Don't get the reward and get the work, or all that you're going to want to do is get your reward, and eventually that work feeling is gonna come. So
That's the world's like that a lot.
Yeah, I started-
the rewards first all the time now.
yeah, that's the thing. I can just, I'm depressed, I'm going to go on here and do this, boom, 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 and then you just sit there and reap the reward of all your likes, right? But you didn't do anything for it. And I don't know if that's right or if I interpreted that correctly, but I've been doing that, and I feel a lot better. I don't know. It's something
Well, I
about
think
it.
you feel more accomplished, right?
Yeah, but it's the yin and yang. You know what I mean? If you got too much yin, your yang's going to suck. So,
It's interesting, man.
yeah, it was an interesting
The
theory.
mind is weird. the human beings are like, it's strange. Even men, women, like how they're made up is so different.
Kinda
Like I
weird.
told my wife, I'm like, if you want to understand a man, like here it is, plain and simple. Like as simple as it. Like you girls want to like go around and think about all these different scenarios and paths and like let that land you to the solution with what's going on with that guy, right?
Mhm.
And for me, it's like just take the path of least resistance to that goal, like answer, and that's the answer. You know what I mean? Like I think with men, most of the time that in my personal, because I'm a man,
With all of your men.
with all my manliness, right?
Oh, okay.
Like it's like I feel like it's just very simple with me every time. There's not really I think we've talked about that before, where I think it's not complicated. Where I told her, like, I think women are pretty complicated, and maybe that's just because they think differently than men. But she tells me that women are very not complicated.
I mean, she is one, so she understands.
So it's to her, maybe it's not.
I mean, we have this thing that we do where if we start talking instantly, I'm like, well, have you tried this? Have you tried this? You know, logical thinker, problem solver, right? And sometimes women just need to talk about, get it out of their system or kind of vent and maybe talk things out loud to somebody. So every time we get to talking or something like that in that situation, we say, is this a problem solving thing or is this a listening thing? And I'll say listening problem, or she'll say the same thing. And then it's really, really helpful. Works one way. Any conversation that you would think would normally end in an argument
Never does.
never does. But you got to make sure that you're listening. You know, don't space off, turn on the TV, get your dopamine, go, wow, that's crazy. Because that's going to be
Well,
a
that's
monster
good. It's gonna be a
argument you
problem,
don't
right?
want.
That's gonna end in an argument.
Yeah.
Like you're all.
You've ever had those where, I mean, back in the day with one of your exes or something, that go off
not
and they're
listening.
talking, and they go, "What do you think?" And then you snap out of it and kind of go, "Oh,
Yeah,
well, what do you think you should do?" You know?
that's a problem. Yeah, that gets you in real trouble.
Yeah.
You know.
But that helps get rid of that. But yeah, the dopamine, the communication. I mean, if people just apply that everywhere, it's not hard to want to listen instead of wait for your turn to talk. You know what I mean? And if you genuinely understood where people are coming from and how they understand, maybe your opinion might change. Maybe you might understand how they feel that way. And a big issue with that is people don't want to admit that they're wrong, or they don't want to be open to other opinions. It's just tension and anger and everything. And that's, I mean,
You think maybe sometimes people don't want to change their mind? Is that why they don't listen?
I don't know.
I like this whole work before the reward thing, because I think like people like what a big problem with the generation is, and we've talked about it, is the fact that like a reward needs to have work to get. That's why it's a reward. If you just get rewards all the time, it's not a reward anymore. It's just how it is.
Well, see, yeah, and you're right, and it becomes normal.
Yeah, that's not normal.
So then you have to keep doing this weird shit
yeah, I don't
to
like
do what
that.
you think is normal. It's odd. It's
Yeah,
an
I don't
odd
like that.
little thing. But yeah, she told me that, and it really changed the way I look at things.
Smart woman. I was told like, and we kind of did the math. Like, you know, when you go to McDonald's and you buy something and they ask you, do you want to round up to donate to what's the Ronald McDonald House?
Mm-hmm.
Like this certain person, I don't want to say who, never does. So I will never do it because rounding up like an average of 20 cents, let's say.
Okay.
That Ronald McDonald House is making an insane amount of money, bro.
For sure.
Like that whole thing is kind of scammy, bro.
Well, those donations, when you go to a store and it asks if you want to donate like $1 to whatever, I don't know how true this is. You might be able to look it up in the few minutes we got left. But if you donate, say $1 to businesses, get breaks, and you know, as being a business owner, you get breaks for charitable donations.
You do.
Right? Tax breaks. So they take that. They're not required to give that full dollar to charity. It's only something like 10 or 20%.
Yeah, it's very low.
So they take your dollar, they donate 10 cents, say it was to charity. They save up the 90 cents, collect that through millions of people throughout the year. At the end, they write this massive check and get a massive tax break for it. So you're not contributing to charity, you're contributing more to their tax breaks.
With the Ronald McDonald House specifically, it's about 86% of it goes straight to the charity.
Okay, so Ronald McDonald House is a little different.
I don't believe it. I'm not saying it doesn't go to the Ronald McDonald House. Who owns the Ronald McDonald House?
Ronald McDonald.
McDonald's.
Did I say fucking Ronald McDonald? Stupid ass. The clown.
He owns it. Have you ever seen him? Thank you for coming to another episode of Dad Bods and Rat Rods. We'll see you in the garage.
All right.